Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, the comedy podcast in which we discuss weird news, pop culture, and being middle-aged dads. I am your host, Zach. And these are my co-hosts, John and Jason.
What's up?
We are bitter, cynical Gen-Xers saddled with crippling debt and depressingly past our primes, but that's what makes this podcast so much fun.
And it is fun. I love doing this, guys.
It is fun.
Yes.
It's a kind of fun tradition.
If I could do it with other people, it'd be better, but, like...
Ouch!
We're what you're stuck with.
This is what I have, and it's cool. I see the potential for later when I get rid of you guys.
Get real co-hosts.
Yeah.
Well,
I understand. You're settling.
This is your community service, right? You're
I was stuck
with
doing
us
court ordered. I have an ankle monitor, and they make sure I'm here
every Thursday night.
Because of the incident at the aviary.
That was you?
That flamingo deserved what it got.
Oh my gosh, there's a guy in our neighborhood here, and I won't tell you where we're at because that's weird. But he has what are they called? Peacocks. Thank you. And I giggle every time I say peacock. But like last night, I was taking the dog to the bathroom outside, and you hear a distant. And it's just so weird. I remember one time a couple of years ago, my little boy Ben, I had the day off, and I think my ex-wife had gone to some church girl camp and taken everybody. Anyway, so it was just me and him, and all of a sudden he runs in, and I'm sleeping in, and he's like, Dad, there's a weird thing on the roof. And I'm like, what? And so I go outside, and sure enough, there's a peacock on the roof. And Ben had never seen one before, and he didn't know what it was, and so it was the funniest thing.
Looks on a dragon.
Yeah. But yeah, they're in this neighborhood, and sometimes you'll even see them walking around. I'm half tempted to let my dog out.
See if they taste like chicken.
Right? It seems like too much work. There's a lot of feathers.
That makes sense. I'd still you should steal one next time, and just long enough to lay an egg, and then you can see what that tastes like.
Yeah, that's true.
Get enough for me.
Peacock omelet. So, I don't know. I don't like peacocks. They kind of weird me out.
They just stare at you with their beady eyes.
I know, right? So
judging you. With all that brightly colored plumage.
It's like,
just mocking
you look like shit. Look at me.
Why are you in the aviary without pants on, Jason? That's what it's telling me, And the bald eagle. But,
pride of our country
those tail
is
feathers down, or I can't be responsible for my actions.
You're asking for it. That reminds me of something that John texted today about mating calls.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about that again.
Yeah, that was. Let's go there.
I gave him a text from Zach.
All right, let's set it up then.
Well, I gotta find it now.
I'll do the honors. You've got two phones. Wow, look at this guy.
I know, he's professional.
I got a work phone and a home phone.
I'm over here going broke trying to make this podcast happen, and you're just like, oh, excuse me, let me get my alternate phone.
It's like a brick, the gray bricks from the 1990s.
And he's always talking about stock market shit on it.
How about you read the text that you sent to us, the meme?
Okay. So I send him a meme, and it says, bro, y'all ever think about how fucked up those fake mating calls are used in hunting? Imagine a girl DMing you, come fuck me, and you pull up and get shot by a dude in a camo jacket. Imagine you chilling with your moose homies, and you hear a woman moose moaning, saying, who's gonna fuck this moose pussy? And you be like, shit, I guess that's me. Your boys be like, ew, fam, that's a bit sus. Bitches don't be doing that. And you like, nah, you just jealous. Then you get capped on your way to deliver that moose dick. So that's we've hit the bottom of this podcast. This is where,
or is this the pinnacle?
We might be peaking right now.
So yeah, we got that meme from Zach. And I said, well, and the moose really aren't the only victims. What if I'm strutting around nude in the woods, hoping to get my freak on? I'm going to respond to this fake mating call, expecting a hot evening of moose loving. And you show up and instead you just find some bearded dude in camo with a rifle. I mean, it's so embarrassing when that happens, am I right? I mean, I'll probably end up having sex with him anyway. Because at that point, he basically owes it to me, right? It's just not the same. So yeah, The moral is down with those fake mating calls that hunters use. It's just misleading on so many levels.
I wonder if we could start a GoFundMe for a movement or change.org,
Change.
like put this in there and just say, look, this is awful to do to moose and caribou
a few
and
people who
some
may or may
people
not find themselves walking in the woods with a full erection. Reasons that may not be specified.
I just had this vision of those trail cams, the ones that are like black and white at night. You just see like a deer walk across, maybe a raccoon, and then John with a full-on erection strutting by in black and white night vision.
Hand up to my ear. What's that I hear? Is that a moose in heat? Score! And then no. It's some Duck Dynasty bastard.
your sexual escapades. Every time. They get me every time.
Boy, was my face red.
And your balls blue.
No, the Duck Dynasty guy and you make like eye contact across like 10 yards.
I mean, he ended up being pretty cool, but
Next thing you know, it's Brokeback Mountain in a punk tent.
the 70s porn music is playing.
Right. Did he make you soup on his campfire too, just to kind of set the mood?
It worked out okay, but those first few moments were pretty awkward.
So, what are you doing here with a full erection?
I don't know. What are you doing here? Music starts playing. He starts like loosening his camo shirt, and taking off his bandana. It's
Whips his hair.
Oh my god.
whips his beard around seductively.
Yeah.
Because it's halfway down his chest. And
Oh, my head hurts. Oh, that is fantastic.
Podcast over.
Yep. We've peaked.
that's one they will never have on Pornhub.
And they should.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been watching and liking, loving, lusting?
My cousin Luke, again.
I just said lusting, you said my cousin Luke.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So he lives so far away, I can't have him. And he's married, so...
And he's your cousin.
Yeah. Do I have to say anything else?
Nah.
He did it again. He got me into another good one. I watched Hero with Jet Li. Oh. That movie is beautiful.
I saw that.
It's
That's
artistic and just... Like, if you're not paying attention to the beauty and it's like a ballet. The whole thing is just so amazing. And I was just flabbergasted. And of course I was a little stoned too. And so the colors and the contrast and just the story, even though there's a little bit of a language barrier disconnect from, just the way that it's translated. At first I was like, oh, this is going to be one of, what's that flying dragon tiger?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I do.
about, like House of Daggers, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. When I watched that movie, I didn't appreciate it, and so I'm going to go back and see it again because I heard it was amazing, and I watched it, but I was young and I didn't have appreciation for things. So when I watched Hero night before last, I think it was, I was just floored. It was beautiful.
It's a gorgeous movie. Is that the one where they have like the arrow storm and
yes,
they're like he's just like. Yeah, that's awesome.
And it was just, at first I kind of chuckled because, it's the typical, like, Chinese people can fly and they do all these things, but I wasn't... Oh, they can.
You said typical, so...
Yeah, typical Chinese, like, if we're going to generalize, all of the Chinese people can fly, okay? This is known. But at first I chuckled because I was like, oh, this is kind of goofy in a way, but then I just got into it and I changed my mind. It was kind of life-changing, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's been years since I've seen it, but I did like it a lot. Did you just touch my foot with your foot?
Well...
Oh, here it goes. Pants are coming off.
I was gauging your reaction.
I'm not your Duck Dynasty pal, okay?
Yeah, your beard's too small.
I'm just gauging the reaction.
Also, I want to apologize. It's as hot as balls in here.
Blue balls.
My AC is broken. And it has been in the triple digits this week.
Yes, it has.
So
I've been such an irritable bitch, you guys. Yeah, even my child, he's all irritable and being bitchy with me. And we're just like back and forth at each other because it's so freaking hot.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
And that's actually what I've been doing this week is because of the heat, we got the pool cleaned out and filled. Because we have this above ground pool that we hadn't used up until this point. But
came with your house.
Came with the house, yeah. And we just moved in on last fall.
I was going to sleep there until you filled the damn thing.
But yeah, it was 104 this week, so we scrubbed that out and filled it up. And my one complaint about it is, why do bugs come from miles around just to commit mass suicide in my pool? I mean, after like one day of having that thing open, you go out there the next morning and the whole surface of the pool is covered with these flying ants. We don't even have flying ants in my neighborhood. So they're literally flying for like miles. I'm like, dude, look, a pool. We're gonna go drown ourselves? Yeah! Kick ass, dude! And like, there's like thousands of them just covering the pool. Why? They can't swim. There's nothing in there to eat. It's like something about the standing water just makes them all like kill themselves.
Which is a good thing in some ways, but I'm sorry it's happening to you. You want to enjoy your pool.
Well, and it's not just, it's mostly the flying ants, but there's also a bunch of earwigs in there. They can't even fly. And this thing's like 4 feet off the ground, so they can't accidentally fall in either. They're climbing the side just to jump in.
I imagine they're like using the board, which is the diving board.
Dude, water! This is mass suicide, everyone? You cool? You down? Yeah, it's
Stupider than lemmings.
Man. Yeah, so
you need a Puerto Rican pool boy.
I will take that job.
So yeah, that's my old man gripe of the week.
This is happening.
Insects, you are dumbasses. Stay away from my pool.
This is a feature now where it is John shakes
This
fist
segment.
at cloud or whatever. Yeah, this is a segment. We love your rants.
That's awesome.
Speaking of bugs,
No, what is it?
I don't know.
Is it earwig?
No,
It's
it's
a beetle.
Well, we don't. We also don't have screens on our windows, so when we open our windows, all kinds of bugs get in. So we're remodeling our house, and so we're in a state of construction. So there's reasons, but anyway. So what I've been doing is I've actually been watching a couple different Netflix series because I'm a multitasker. Rewatching The Boys season 1 so I can watch season 2.
nice.
It's good. I really like it. Very hardcore though. Lots of profanity. I forgot how much Butcher swears. It's like a nonstop stream.
The C word is like his
It's
favorite,
his favorite
compliment
word.
to others.
Chocolate?
Yes, chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
But also we watched started watching that Sweet Tooth show that was produced by Robert Downey Jr. and his wife. It's actually really good. It looks like a family movie, but it's dark.
Is it like Pan's Labyrinth dark?
No, it's like The Stand meets little cute baby hybrid animals.
Can my 5-year-old watch it?
So it's like a post-apocalyptic Pokemon or something?
Not quite. Your 5-year-old probably could watch it. There are some scary moments. And the big black guy from Zoo plays Abraham Kenyatta on the show Zoo.
It's racist that you don't know his name.
I don't know his name. I can't remember, and it's not racist.
You're racist.
I am racist.
He doesn't know anyone's name.
Anyway, he's a big he's a big part of that show, and it's really cool. So
Nice.
but it'll be really sweet and cute, and then all of a sudden they burn a man alive because he has the plague. And
That's what you do.
Also, in one scene, the big black guy, and dubbing his name later so I don't sound racist, he uses a bear trap to clamp down on someone's head. Like he swings it above his head like a
Lasso.
and then brings it down so that it triggers the trap on the guy on top of the guy's head.
Okay, that's creative.
It's awesome. It's sweet and it's kind of weird, but it's produced by Robert Downey Jr. and his wife, and it's really definitely worth a watch.
Cool.
You probably could watch it with your son if you've seen like Star Wars or.
He's seen some. I try to limit the amount of like violence and gore he sees.
That's good. It's not gory.
Yeah, I know what happened to me as a child watching, Texas Chainsaw Massacre at 7 years
Friday
old.
the
That kind of
13th.
all those movies.
Me
and
too, yeah.
I've grown into a horror lover. And actually, it's funny. Just kind of a side note. I read recently that they say horror movies are good for people with PTSD.
Really?
I didn't read why. I'm one of those people that just reads the title or
It's probably
the title and then
exposure therapy.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about like
showing
your junk to old ladies.
Exposure therapy.
Okay.
That therapy
Yeah, it's
for
not the
them
thing
or
John
therapy
does.
for
Yeah.
us?
But it's kind of like exposing you to intense situations in a safe environment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
I was actually into horror too at a young age. I remember watching violent R-rated movies when I was 5.
yeah.
I remember seeing Aliens when I was 6. It's Creep Show.
Yep.
I watched Friday the 13th when I was 8. You know.
I mean, you're all kinds of twisted.
Oh, I messed up.
You might not be the best example.
I've got a psychiatrist appointment in 2 weeks. I got therapy tomorrow.
Yep. Same here, buddy. Well, Charlie seems to enjoy when he does catch the scary parts of movies. Man, he sits down, he puts his head in his hands or his chin in his hands, and he's just mesmerized. Yeah. And I'm like, am I doing a bad thing by letting him see this? Or I really don't know I would never show him Texas Chainsaw Massacre or things like that, or especially these movies that...
Not till he's 9.
Right. You gotta wait to the right age. Because they have logic at 9, then you're like, see, this is what she gets for getting into a house that she doesn't know who lives there.
Or this is what you get for having sex in the woods as a teenager.
Right.
Jason's gonna chop your head off.
These are lessons.
Promiscuous teenagers that are the first to die in those kind of movies.
So keep your junk in your pants, Charlie.
In the same way that standing water attracts those damn flying ants. Yeah.
So keep your junk in your pants, Charlie. That's what I heard you say. And then John's moral of the story is sex attracts bears. So, but in addition to Sweet Tooth, which I do highly recommend, I'm not done with it yet. I started watching Loki.
I'm so excited.
He's really good.
Yeah.
And
Tom Hiddleston is one of my very favorite actors, so I'm really excited for this. Tell me more.
He's actually a producer on the show too.
Nice.
And surprise, Owen Wilson is actually a good actor.
Is Owen Wilson playing the part that he played
Mobius.
in Zoolander? Oh, okay.
In Zoolander.
I thought he was going to play that part.
Awesome.
No, he's the agent from the Time Variant Authority that captures Loki. The setup basically is there's this agency that exists outside of space and time. And their job is to protect the timeline. And so when there's a variant, like if you've seen Avengers Endgame, when Loki takes the Tesseract.
Spoilers.
Please. If you haven't seen it now, you're not going to watch it. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hey, yeah. Zach just got a DM from a very well-endowed woman.
Whoops.
Did the kissy face.
Probably a scam. Anyway.
Probably, but I would enjoy it,
Sorry to interrupt. It just my eyes caught it.
It's always Trump conversation. What was I saying?
Something about boobs?
Oh, no. So they're to protect the timeline. So when Loki, left with the Tesseract, he created like a branch timeline, and so they capture him to eliminate the branch timeline. But
awesome.
But then complexity ensues, and he's not destroyed, and it's pretty awesome. So.
Okay, I'll borrow your Disney Plus login,
but
don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell Mickey Mouse. He's a Nazi.
Have you seen Mickey Mouse on oh shit, Rick and Morty? Oh, I think it's Mickey Mouse on Rick and Morty.
I still need to watch that.
Oh no, it's Mickey Mouse on South Park. Oh, it is hilarious. He is this evil, awful person, and he kills people, and it's amazing. Anyway, sorry.
Well, they say Walt Disney was like a Nazi sympathizer, so...
Really?
Yeah.
See? This is the only place you guys can get these weird facts about people that are idolized.
Whoa. I don't know if they're facts. Rumors and gossip.
Okay.
Those are types of facts, right?
Apparently.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's been fun, and otherwise just working. Got the day off tomorrow. That's awesome. Happy Juneteenth. I don't know who I say that to.
Yeah. Do you say? I mean, is that a thing you say to people? It was an awful.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Happy Juneteenth, everyone.
The thing is, I only learned what it was like a year
last
ago.
year.
Everybody learned.
I guess, and it's a good thing. I think it's good that it's a national holiday.
Yeah, for sure.
But who do you say it to? Because the slaves are gone, And if I walk up to a black guy and say Happy Juneteenth, I'm gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like the right way to celebrate the holiday.
I'll celebrate it quietly in my own way by sleeping in my underwear.
That's how you celebrate pretty much everything else, though, too. Right?
Yeah, I'm celebrating getting off of work. I'm celebrating going to work.
Seriously, lately with this house being as hot as it is, as soon as I don't have to, clothes come off.
I believe it.
I walk around in my underwear.
Waiting for that moose call.
The best part is we don't have curtains on the front room, and sometimes I have been known to go into the kitchen.
At full salute.
Nice.
No, what?
Holding your teddy bear, letting it suckle you. Is that
My
a thing
dog,
you do?
actually, I've got her like
Just hold her
cradled.
up.
She's sucking on my nipple, Because nothing bonds a man and his dog like nursing it.
Right.
Have you ever? Did your sons, when they were, or any of your kids when they were babies, ever do that?
Yep.
Try to suckle you?
nurse
Yeah.
on you?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you're gonna get hair in your gums, but cool.
I remember
But they
my
did.
son bit my nipple when I was in the shower. I was showering as a baby, and he just like latched on like hard.
That's awesome.
It's like probably the first time he accidentally hurt me.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
I remember. Well, I remember the
quotes.
first. I actually remember the first time he intentionally hurt me too. He was probably like 2 or something. He was showing me like a scab on his elbow, and he goes, "Look, Daddy, I have an owie. Do you have an owie?" I said, "Not right now. Not right now, son." But he poked me in the eye. He said, "Do you have an owie now, Daddy?"
He's a sociopath.
Son.
Your kid is a sociopath.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like a misery loves company thing. Now you got an owie, bastard.
And then he went on to tell you what an awful father you were so he could hurt you emotionally as
Yeah, I was
well.
like, dude, you're 2 years old. Where do you even learn this stuff?
From Mom. No. No, I'm kidding. You guys are very...
That's funny.
And I'm very envious of your couplehood. You have a great marriage.
Well, I'm on my second marriage, so I'm.
Well,
Yours is great,
same,
too.
Same here, so.
So I don't know.
wouldn't
You guys are like admiring my single self. You're like, yeah, that's great. My marriage is great.
No.
I wouldn't say we're any kind of experts on marital advice, seeing as we're on our
Second marriage.
I don't know if I'm going to do another one, you guys. I don't know.
I think you will.
You think so?
I think you've made a. I think you've made a lot of progress. Dealing with your shit.
Right.
And I didn't want to. I hesitated before I said that because I didn't want to like.
No,
embarrass you.
dude, I'm open about all of it. You know that.
I mean, I have too.
Yeah.
I've been in places that you've been in.
Yeah.
And I needed to get help, and when I did, and now I feel like I'm in a really good place, and I think you're in a good place, and you're getting there. And I think what will happen is, you'll get to a stable place, and then you'll meet someone. I really do.
I kind of have met somebody. I just got a phone number today.
Is that lady who just?
No, not that one. That one, yeah. Her
Zach,
number
we're
started
right
with
here.
001, like a plus 001 4455
She's like,
6829.
do you want to suck the boobies and have the sex?
And I'm like, yes, show me your bobs and your vagine.
It's some guy from Nigeria.
Yeah. But I did get a phone number today, and I'm very excited about it because this person has been through the same shit I've been through.
Oh, good.
And
well, that came out wrong.
no, that's not
I mean,
wrong.
she can relate.
Yeah. So it's that allows for people to be able to forgive and understand each other when you have a little breakdown or whatever. So it's really cool. But anyway, we don't need to talk about that. That's
awesome.
that other podcast.
Which I want to pimp. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. Have you put it up live yet anywhere?
No, so we're on our third episode today. We finished it.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to get to 5, and then on the 6th we're going to release all 5 of those and do that one maybe live on streaming.
Nice.
And we're going to have a guest, but I don't know how. You don't seem to have any mental troubles because you're perfect, John, but if you want to come on, absolutely, I would love it. I want to get you both on there.
I'm a cornucopia of mental disorders.
I
so
know.
I would be happy to be on.
You're a guinea pig.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have both you guys. I mean, you guys are important to me. So it's and this podcast and that podcast are, I don't know. But yeah, it'll be fun. So what I can do is I can send you the.
You sent me the files already.
Oh, I did. Okay.
I'm sorry,
no rush. I know how busy
yet.
you are, dude.
Well, everybody's busy.
Yeah, exactly. So
but
I have no.
I will listen to it soon and then give you some feedback because I'm sure it's awesome.
Our third one today was actually the best.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so far. So it's getting better, much like this one.
Yeah. We just put up the Dave Butler podcast and it's good.
Yeah.
Dave Butler was really funny and you guys are really funny. The sound was not great.
Yeah.
That's because of Zoom. So,
We're getting better, everybody. Please just bear with us. We've got one more microphone coming tomorrow, so the next podcast should sound pretty good.
Yep.
And hopefully this one's all right, too. We've kind of cut some corners, but...
But yeah, and thanks to Zach. Zach's really equipped us. Every week, like we started out with one USB mic, and every week Zach brings something more. Now we have like a whole room full of like high tech stuff. There's like this Swid mixing board I'm looking at right now, and it has like a bunch of multicolored buttons. I feel like I should play Simon with it, but I'd probably ruin the recording if I did that, so I won't do that. But thanks to Zach for really stepping up our game.
Well, thanks to you guys for being a part of it and you providing the space. Like I said, this is...
It's still hot as balls in here, though. There's no two ways around that.
No.
And the audience probably can hear the fan in the background, but we are not doing this without a fan right now.
Right. And John, please stop draping your balls over the fan. It smells weird.
Oh, I think I actually smell bad today, and I really apologize.
I can't smell you.
Okay, well, good. And I just touched John's leg a second ago, so it's kind of getting romantic in here. I got an AC guy coming tomorrow, probably to tell me that I'm going to have to pay like an obscene amount of money.
Absolutely, because it's the middle of summer.
Right. So it's like it's even $40 for him to take a look at it. So
yeah.
But I'm so desperate right now. I'm just like, do what you got to do, and I will sell a kidney because this is ridiculous.
Not yours, but Zach.
Could I take a look at it? I used to do HVAC.
Did you
Remember?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I can take a look. I may not really know what I can.
Okay.
It might be lucky that I might know what it is.
Yeah, let's after we're done here, maybe
Yeah.
go outside and do that, and then if not, I'll drug you and take your kidney. So.
Oh, thank God. This one has been bugging me, dude. I just need to get rid of it.
Oh man. So yeah, summer is in full swing, and I hope it's killing all the wicked people.
Right?
I'm just teasing.
And you really must hate Las Vegas and Phoenix and these places where it's like 118 every day this week.
Oh my gosh.
Miserable.
Yeah, we went to Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and John texted me. He's like, "Aren't you glad we went in May and not right now?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was in like the mid 80s when we went, and just 3 weeks later it was like 117 like every day.
And everybody there's angry. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, if they're not baked.
Yeah.
They're baked one way or another.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. If you guys would have went there now, you'd be baked potatoes. Oh, sorry about
Alright.
that.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and have an ad, and then we'll get back to some really fun internet stories that we've all curated for your enjoyment.
Yep.
Be right back, guys.
This is how we get paid, bitches, so don't complain.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, welcome back.
I'm leaving that in.
Thank you, Zach. Welcome back to Dysfunctional Adults. It is show and tell time, and I don't mean in the way that will put you in therapy with a little doll and the guy asking you to show on the doll where you were touched by your scoutmaster.
Jason's a
That was
scoutmaster.
awfully specific, Jason.
I told you I had therapy tomorrow. So we got a couple things we want to share with you. John's going to go first this week, so go ahead, John.
This is from the New York Post, September 17th, 2019. And I'm just going to paraphrase the article, but apparently the police in Trumbull County, Ohio, are looking for two men that are suspected of DUI. And that doesn't sound that unusual until you remember that Trumbull County, Ohio is Amish country. These men were found, they were spotted by police at 1 a.m. driving a horse-drawn buggy while intoxicated. They were pounding down beers when the police saw them, and they had the buggy outfitted with a massive stereo system that was blasting out rock music at 1 a.m.
Oh, I love this.
And so when the cops pulled them over for questioning, the two men jumped out of the buggy and ran into the nearby woods. And the horse took off without them down the road. The cops chased down the buggy and finally stopped it and found bunches of empty beer bottles on the floor and a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra on top of the buggy.
Oh, they were counting calories. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, the stereo system hooked up in the back, blaring the music. They have not found the men. They were hoping they would turn themselves in when they came to claim their horse and buggy. But as of now, they have still not been.
Damn you, Hezekiah.
I love how the horse ran.
Yeah, the horse goes like, oh, crap. You know,
It's the popo!
the thing about this, the only disappointing part about this article is I was hoping they would have caught these men and that it was like a hot female cop, so we could have heard some like drunken Amish pickup lines. I'd like to raise a barn with you.
You really churned me butter. I don't know why it's a Scottish accent.
I don't
It's German, right?
I don't even know that.
I think it's German.
It's like, my beard's not the only thing long and full right now, ma'am. Well, you know, lady, plowing doesn't just have to refer to our fields.
You sure do have some nice incas.
Still don't know why your Ohio Amish accent is Scottish.
It's not even Scottish. I don't know what it is, but
Anyway, yeah, so the Trumbull County, Ohio, horse and buggy Amish DUIs.
I would give my right eye if they would be playing Amish Paradise while they're
That
rocking.
would
Yes.
be awesome.
That would have been.
I love this tune. Now I'm Scottish.
He so gets us. this
Weird Al
Al.
gets us. He knows what it's like to raise a barn and churn butter.
Yep.
That's such a classic.
Fantastic.
Anyway, who's
Nice
next?
contribution. That was beautiful.
Do you want to go next?
Sure.
English?
All right, so one of my very favorite sites, and I used to subscribe to them.
This is kind of a family podcast.
Yeah, it is. After what we talked about with the moose, the things that came out of my mouth about the moose,
fine.
I'm feeling a bit of shame right now. And
The
that's not
peacock is
normal.
judging you.
Yeah,
You're not the one who went looking for the moose.
that's merchandise idea, the judgy peacock.
I like it.
That's fantastic, because if your daughter draws it just right, like it looks like it's just judging you, that could be on a shirt. Yes. Okay. So, Cracked Magazine is no longer around, and they went to an internet platform, and one of their shticks is lists, and they use a lot of user-submitted things. They'll ask a question, and you can actually make money by submitting these things to them. You'll win prizes. You can write for them. Anyway, I really love their stuff. This one is 20 True Crimes That Seem Impossible by Cracked writers Ryan Menezes, October 25th, 2020. Quincy Green wore an ankle monitor. It put him at home at the time of a murder. But he was the murderer. How did he get there? He just took off his prosthetic leg and replaced it with a backup. That's right. The police had attached to the bracelet to a prosthetic removable leg instead of his real one.
That seems like poor planning on their part.
Yeah, so really he shouldn't be in trouble for the murder he committed because they're the ones that screwed it up.
He's got to get out of jail free card. I
Yep.
was at home.
Let's see. Vasilis Paleakis stole a tank. He used it to break his brother out of jail. This capped off a grand criminal career that started with blockading the police station so he could rob a jewelry store while the police failed to escape their own building. Some of these people are awesome. So these are just really short snippets, and I love these. James Washington was about to die. Nothing to lose, he confessed to murder. Then Washington closed his eyes and didn't die. Instead, he found himself charged, convicted, and slapped with an automatic life sentence for the murder he'd committed 20 years earlier. So they were going to put him to death. He confessed. They're like, eh. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
All right. Rye Wardlaw broke into an escape room. He couldn't get out. Apparently he damaged the back doorknob, then couldn't figure out the lock, which was not controlled by a complicated puzzle, on the front door. He called 911 claiming he was calling from his panic room because his house was being robbed. All right, I'll just do like one or two more. Gerald, Missouri. Wait a minute. I don't understand what it's... Anyway, Gerald, Missouri had a meth problem. Then Bill Jacob came to town. He said he'd clean things up and didn't bother with warrants or regular procedure. That's because Jacob wasn't a cop at all, just a borderline delusional loser from Illinois. All right, last one. I think 5 is good. Jacques Mesrin escaped prison. Then he came back to free all his friends.
I promise.
I promise. Like,
Dude, we can get
just
out of
give
here.
up, dude. Like, if you got out, f*** those guys.
I think they understand, too. If any of them get out, you're on your own. It's not,
Yeah.
No one's coming back.
Dude, you came back and exploited the one way out that we had.
Right. Let's see. He was finally captured, but this time they couldn't even hold on to him long enough to sentence him. He escaped from the courtroom during trial by smuggling a gun into court and holding the judge hostage. Oh, okay. I have to read one more because this one has a moose face on it, and it kind of goes...
Yes.
Agnes Westland was bludgeoned to death. Police arrested her husband. Then forensic analysis came back. She had the hair and saliva of a moose on her. Poor Agnes had been randomly kicked to death by a moose. A drunk moose. The local gardens were strewn with fermented apples.
That's awesome.
That's how the gypsy said I was going to go.
Yeah, I bet.
Kicked to death by a drunk moose.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm kidding. I'm happy to be alive.
Well, are we though?
We're sweating, all of us, pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go then. And I'm going to take our humor to a sophisticated level.
Oh, thank you, finally.
And we're going to talk about 17 nurses who reveal the worst things people got stuck in their penises, vaginas, and butts.
This is good. This is news.
Yes.
Harkening back to the days of when we were teenagers and we'd print these things off the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, so I was just telling my wife about it. We were going to bed one day, when we got the internet, that was like the first thing we did was look at crap like this. And I remember our friend JT printing out a list and bringing it to our friend Riley's garage, and we were just sitting there laughing about this very thing.
Nice.
So she quickly found a BuzzFeed article, so I have to credit Megan for this.
Okay.
This is from BuzzFeed, and
Thank you, Megan.
17 nurses reveal the worst thing that people got stuck up their orifices. Paraphrasing. Number 1, a Barbie doll's arm. Wait. The craziest thing was when a man came in with a Barbie doll's arm stuck in his urethra.
Oh. Why? Maybe he was reaching for, like, a kidney stone?
Trying to get something else out of there?
I don't know, but I like
Barbie doesn't have the Kung Fu grip. You need a G.I. Joe arm.
In parentheses, BuzzFeed clarified, that's the pee hole.
For you dum-dums out there.
Apparently, he ordered a sex doll off eBay, and when it arrived, it was actually a Barbie doll. He was so angry that he ripped off the doll's arms and shoved it up his penis.
I mean, that's what you do when you're mad, right?
I do road rage?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
change
I grab that doll from my son, rip its arm off, shove it in my pee hole.
Here's another one, a potato. My step-grandma was a gynecologist. She once had an older woman come in, and at one point they took x-rays. Apparently the woman had a potato growing in her uterus, inside of her uterus.
Like growing?
Yeah.
It has those little
like
eyes
sprouts,
on it? The sprouts?
She lived in a small apartment. She didn't have any gardening area. You guys are rude.
This one's funny. A guy tried to make a butt plug out of Lego and duct tape.
Oh.
And got it stuck in his ass. I wish I was kidding, says this nurse.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego?
Yeah.
Why would you put that in your butt?
Here's another one. My mom always remembers the guy who put a light bulb up his ass. I asked her how they got it out, and her response was, with great difficulty.
Just shatter it.
Oh. I'm just going to say one thing, and you guys may not know what it is, but one man, one jar. Leaving it at that.
I don't know what that is, but you're going to have to tell me.
It's on the dark web, I'm sure.
Oh, jeez.
One of those things we should not look up, right?
Right. Please don't, ever.
Especially at work.
It was one of the most traumatic things I've ever
You
seen.
need to look it up at work.
Tell us how that goes.
And then you'll have lots of free time.
You can come hang out with me.
Sweet.
Here's another one. One night a man came in with the biggest black dildo I've ever seen shoved in his butt. We actually had to follow him around while holding a bucket under his ass. When it was finally removed, his partner asked us to clean it off and said, "We're going to need that back." And then she winked at me.
Oh, no.
And finally, this is the last one I'll read. If you are still with us and haven't puked yet. A man came into the ER, blue in the face, looking like he was about to die. They checked all over his body, but couldn't figure out what was wrong. They flipped him over and saw a tail coming out of his butthole.
Oh, no.
After doing a CT scan, they found a rat inside his rectum. The rat bit off part of his colon, and the man was suffering from internal bleeding, which is why his face turned blue.
Oh.
Apparently, the man decided to place a condom over the live rat to suffocate it, and then place it up his butt so its breathing would hit his prostate, and he would feel pleasure. The man made a full recovery, but the poor rat died.
Oh, Templeton, no. That's awful.
Yeah.
Why do people exist? Why do these people exist?
Yeah, it's,
We've hit a real low today, you guys. This is the worst podcast we've ever
I
done.
feel kind of proud, but a little ashamed at the same time.
Yeah. But we can always just say it was the heat.
yeah, it's the heat. This is
Built-in excuse.
heat stroke,
Yeah.
so.
Your mom's going to be so mad.
She's never going to listen to this.
I know, but she might get told.
Hi, Mom.
I might tell her. I'm gonna turn it on and blast it outside her house so she hears you. Or hold up the stereo like in that 80s movie.
Yeah. What is love? Hurt me. And you've all heard me sing now. Congratulations. I think I'll read one more just to kind
Do
of
it.
cleanse our palate of the rat story. So I once had a guy come in with a shower head up his butt. He had the whole hose trailing behind him like a tail as well.
Oh.
So there you guys go.
How did he... Okay.
Science.
I'd like to hear some of these excuses. I slipped in the shower and fell on the shower head.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where I think Bart got hurt, so Lisa took him to the Dr. Nick clinic where like everybody went because they had some kind of shame about. And Smithers is standing in line. He's like standing straight up with his legs together real tight. And she's like, "Mr. Smithers, can I cut in line? My brother's really hurt." He's like, "No, I need to get this taken care of right now."
Oh,
So-
Templeton.
Zach's not going to be able to sleep
No.
tonight.
I loved Templeton in Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, he was kind of a rat though.
Oh, speaking of rats, Secret of Nim.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody else
I love
get a
that.
boner every time that girl rat would take her like cape off?
I don't have to answer that question.
Okay, I'm just curious.
This is another gadget hack wrench cult moment, isn't it?
I don't know what it is about the rodents. I have a problem.
I didn't really get that, but I did love that show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, and this is for everyone to hear now. I had a crush on Penny from Inspector Gadget.
Well, she was at least human, though.
She was, but she was also a cartoon.
Yes.
I had a crush on Inspector Gadget.
That is wrong.
Imagine Go Gadget, whatever you want.
And that's why we get to the showerhead story.
Yep. Go Gadget showerhead. Oh no. It's stuck again.
Oh. But yeah, I used to think she was cute, but I was also 5, so
Yeah.
not a.
Teenage boys are attracted to teenage anime girls all the time.
You know what?
It's not...
We're gonna stop the podcast right now. You're gonna talk about Luna.
I wasn't, but
Oh well.
there's that.
I want to know what's going on.
No, I'm good.
Tell the story.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll leave it.
No, when we were 15, there was this game on Sega CD called Lunar. It's still one of my favorite games in memory. But it was like one of the first RPGs that had like anime cutscenes.
Okay.
It's actually what got us into anime, because we really hadn't watched anime before that. But the main character was a character named Luna. She had blue hair, and she was our quote girlfriend.
Okay.
So,
I get
One
that.
of our first intros into anime.
I understand that. When I
Yeah.
played Final Fantasy X, Yuna was. I was just like, man, that's the woman for me.
Yeah.
Now I play it, I'm like, what? What was I thinking?
Back then, we didn't have real girlfriends. So,
Nope.
blue-haired cartoon girl.
Can't reject you.
Nope.
But
Nope.
even
They have
my-
no choice. You can just take the disc out. Anyway,
Even in my fantasies, they'd reject me. That's how low
They
my
should,
self-esteem was.
dude, I'm not kidding. I've never had a successful sex dream in my entire life. My anxiety is so bad that in my dreams I screw it up, or they laugh at me, or like I'm not kidding. Those are real things that happen. I've never had
So sorry.
a wet dream in my entire life. I just wanted to share that.
Mine usually happens with weird stuff like ducks, you know.
Oh,
And
Jason!
then I spend the rest of the day like questioning like what's wrong with me. That is a joke.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And for the record, I have no sex drive because I'm past 40 now. So I get more arousal out of tacos and pizza. And
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're getting it going now.
Oh yeah. Oh baby. Cheese,
Food
melted
trucks.
cheese.
Yeah, food trucks is like a strip club to me.
Yeah.
You walk down just looking at them, it's like, oh, I want some of that. I want some of that.
Yep.
I
When you're
totally
like
hit that.
getting a boner over the girth and heft of your burrito.
Yeah.
And then you end up in the ER.
Well, like, you see, like,
Showerhead guy.
you see like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You want to have sex with the sandwich rather than eating it. It's like, that is the most attractive thing I've ever seen. The melted cheese, peppers.
Oh wow. I think it's time to end.
Yeah, that was a successful. There's not going to be a lot to edit. It's not going to be a lot to edit, and we're at what 46 minutes.
Oh,
So
are we? Cool.
yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, we're going to try and start getting our Facebook page a little more active. Zach's been doing awesome. He's been promoting it, and we made someone mad, I guess, because it showed up on their feed, so they decided to post a picture of a pile of poo. Because
Yeah, it
That'll
said
teach us.
it said you paid Facebook to shit on my timeline, so I'm returning the favor. And it's just like, who has that kind of hatred in life, that kind of anger to take the time to do that about an ad? Like, you're getting ads all the time on everything that you do. I am so sorry that your life sucks that badly.
I think it was John.
It probably was. And John, your life sucks if that's the lengths you're gonna go to.
Yeah, well. Speaking of ads, like, you ever get, when you're on, like, Yahoo or something, they have all those ads on the side?
What's
You use Yahoo? You old man.
We know we're old.
And
That's,
AOL and Juno Mail.
But sorry, anyway.
I go to Yahoo to look at the news, Yahoo News stories
Yeah.
and stuff. But anyway, they always have these ads on the side. And if you want to close them because they're distracting or they take up too much space, just, click on the box and they close. And it always asks you for a reason, like why you're closing the ads. It'll say like they're irrelevant or disinteresting
Yeah.
or something like that. But they also have one that says like, vulgar and racy, and then offensive. So those are always the ones I pick just to mess with them. Like,
Yeah.
That's like an ad for like shoes or something. Vulgar and racy. Or an ad for like tires. It's like offensive. So
Yeah.
I just want to screw with their advertising when they look at these responses. Like, how is my tire ad offensive? They're gonna take it seriously because that's the way the world is right now. So they'll be thinking like deeply about what's so offensive about their tire ad, and like change it next time. But
This is your little, like, jab to the man. I love it. This is what you do.
if they're gonna shower me with ads when I'm trying to read news stories, I'm gonna screw with their heads by saying their ads for every little thing are vulgar or offensive.
That's fantastic. See, and what I do is whenever I get all the sexual stuff, all the sexual ads on Facebook or whatever, I mean, there have literally been Facebook ads that have run, and it's promoting some sort of jizz juice pill, like you're gonna take this pill and you're gonna have a great load or whatever, and they will show the woman's face, and she's got a load on her face. Whether or not it's fake, I don't know, but what is it doing on Facebook?
Yeah, how does that?
But of course, I click it to make sure that I keep getting those and that they get paid. But what really, though? What?
How does that get on? I didn't think Facebook allowed that.
I saw it a few times, and I was just like, oh, wow. So I clicked on them and said they were, I truly did say they were offensive. I joke about clicking on them for real, but clicked out of them and said, wow, really, guys? I took screenshots of them, and they're somewhere in my Google Photos. I should find them to prove that this is a real thing. I couldn't believe it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So now those ads are going to end up in the same bin as these ads for like sandals and stuff that I said were vulgar and offensive.
And there's one dude looking at him like, I don't understand.
So, well, I guess we can't run this sandal ad anymore.
it's St. Jude's like requesting donations for children with cancer.
Racy.
Racy
Vulgar
or
and racy.
offensive. Oh man.
We're crashing hard, you guys.
Well, it's been a great episode. Again, we're going to do more with Facebook, so watch Facebook for some fun stuff and memes and maybe even like contests in the future. And just tell your friends. You know, we want to build up this podcast. If you think we're funny, you know, share it with everybody. And except my mom, don't tell her. But yeah, and one quick thing, I want to give a shout out to my brother. It's his birthday today. He's almost 40. So happy birthday, Billy, and I hope your life sucks as bad as mine when you turn 40.
Hope everything hurts.
Just kidding. I have a great life. But anyway, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep, and hey, don't forget to give us money. I'm setting up a Patreon, and I know you guys have way more money than we do. You're all rich, so help us out.
If we reach our goal, we'll send you all naked pictures of Zach.
Yes. Or you might get them anyway.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
See ya.
Bye, John.
Bye.